Hi, in this video we will take a look at a couple of proofs with disjunctive syllogism. Hi, this is Logic Self-Taught with Dr. Phi. In this video we will take a look at proofs with disjunctive syllogism. Take a look at 3 arguments we will show to be valid. Try to do the proofs yourselves. If you have problems or are curious, keep watching. We have introduced simplification, conjunction, and modus ponens, and we have added our 4th rule, disjunctive syllogism, which allows us to derive a disjunct from a disjunction, provided that we have the negation of the other disjunct, and of course, the negation and the disjunction must stand on their own lines. Let's take a look at our first proof. We proceed just as we did before. We have 2 premises. We are to derive the conclusion penciled down at the bottom, B. We need our scrap paper and try to see how we could derive B. If we look carefully, we will see that B is hidden within a parenthesis. It's a conjunct, but the conjunction is hidden in a larger proposition. So the first thing to aim for is to try to derive the conjunction. The conjunction is a disjunct. And we know a rule that allows us to derive a disjunctive syllogism. What we would need to have is the negation of the other disjunct. So in this case, we would have to have not C. Can we get not C? We can by simplification applied to line 2. So let's do it. We apply simplification to line 2 to get not C. We have the negation of the second disjunct in line 1. So we can derive the first disjunct. The remaining step is just a matter of applying simplification again. We got what we wanted. The proof is done. In this case, we have 3 premises, and our conclusion is a conjunction, B and not C. We will aim to introduce it by the conjunction rule. For that, we will need to aim to prove B on the one hand and not C on the other. Let's start with B first. B is hidden within parentheses, right? And it's a disjunct, but the disjunct is within parentheses. We would have to have the disjunction first in order to derive B, and by the way, we would also have to have the negation of the other disjunct to apply disjunctive syllogism to get it. But note that we will already be trying to get not C, so we should be safe in applying disjunctive syllogism to get B. But the question still remains how to get B or C. We now focus on where it's located. We see that B or C is a consequent in the conditional in line 2. So if we can derive tilde A, not A, we'll be able to match the antecedent, apply modus ponens, and derive B or C. How can we get tilde A? Well, it's the second conjunct in line 3, so we'll be able to apply simplification to get it. Actually, when such a simple strategy presents itself, it's always better just to carry it out. So let's just do this step. Let's apply simplification and get tilde A from line 3. We still need to plan how to get not C. Not C is present, and that's the only place where it's present, in line 1. It's a disjunct, but we know a rule, a disjunctive syllogism, that allows us to derive a disjunct provided that we have the negation of the other. The negation of the other is tilde A, but mind you, we have just derived it, so now we are ready to go. We said that we can apply disjunctive syllogism to premise 1 and line 4. We have the negation of the second disjunct. We can derive the first disjunct, not C, which is what we wanted. We can get B or C from the conditional in line 2, provided that we can match its antecedent, tilde A, which we can do. We can match it in line 4. So we can derive B or C by modus ponens. And now what we wanted was B. This time we will apply disjunctive syllogism to the disjunction in line 6. We have the negation of the second disjunct in line 5, so we can derive the first disjunct B. And we did all this, remember, to get our conjunction. We now have the ingredients for the conjunction. B in line 7, not C in line 5. We can apply a conjunction and we are done with the proof. Okay, we double check that that's what we wanted. We're done. We want D. Let's take our scrapbook. D is hidden within a parentheses. It's a disjunct, but the disjunction is hidden. To get D, we would need A or D, the disjunction, and also the negation of disjunct not A. But we note that we already have not A, so we don't need to worry about it, fortunately. We have to worry about getting A or D. We have it in line 1. It's a disjunct of a disjunction. If we could get the negation of the first disjunct, not B, we'll be able to get A or D. So our next sub-goal is not B. Not B is the first disjunct in a disjunction in line 2. If we have the negation of the second disjunct, here not A, we will be able to obtain not B. But lo and behold, we do have not A, so we don't need to worry much about it. We are ready to go. We focus on lines 2 and 3. We can apply disjunctive syllogism to them to obtain not B. We have the negation of the second disjunct. We can obtain the first disjunct. We focus on line 1 and 4. We want A or D, the second disjunct. We have the negation of the first, so we can apply disjunctive syllogism again. And what we ultimately wanted was D. Note, we have the disjunction with D as a disjunct in line 5, the negation of the first disjunct in line 3. We can apply disjunctive syllogism again to obtain D. That's what we wanted. We're done. If this last proof was particularly troublesome to you, if you found it more difficult than the previous one, it's a good indication you need to do more rule application exercises. You need to be able to see the patterns. They must be, you must just sort of look at a proof and see the opportunity to apply the rules. And this is developed doing the exercises. This is Logic Self-Taught. It's exercise time. Do all the exercises until they feel like a breeze.